everybody, and welcome to the Functional Fitness and Posture Challenge with me, Ellie, and my husband, Ben. You've just got me today though, because we thought it's probably best just to have one person doing this video with you. In this video, this is serving as a bit of an introduction to the challenge, how it's going to work over the next month, but also to run you through the kind of usual ground rules. Some of you are going to have heard these a million times, but I want you to listen to them again. It won't take much of your time, but they might just be some helpful reminders. The more that we do stuff, the more that we think that we know, the more complacent that we get. So it can always help to hear things another time over. So what's going to happen with the challenge is you're going to get an email every day for the next few weeks or so. And in that email, you are going to have that day's homework. So the homework is either going to be a 20-minute posture routine with me, or a 20-minute posture routine with Ben, or it's a 45-minute fitness class. And the fitness classes have different themes each week. So you've got a mobility week, a stability week, you've got a movement week, and a strength week. And what we've done is we've crafted the posture routines to kind of set you up for the fitness, but also reset you after the fitness as well. So the whole month has been crafted in such a way that we think kind of makes sense. And with the fitness classes, please don't be too worried about them, because they're not going to be like crazy high intensity gym stuff. It's just going to be a bit more high intensity than what we would normally do in our posture classes. But you'll see with the fitness classes, there's still very much like a posture focus and mobility focus. And yeah, we just hope that you really enjoy doing something a little bit different. We've got the Facebook group, so please do make sure that you ask questions and share your kind of wins and stay accountable in the Facebook group throughout the month. And that's mainly it, yeah. And you've got your live classes on Tuesday mornings, of course, 7 a.m. In the morning, UK time, 45 minutes. But if you can't make that live, then it doesn't matter, because you'll get the recording sent straight through afterwards. So I'm going to say 6, hopefully, main principles to you now in terms of ground rules. So number 1, I want you to be barefoot for all of these posture and fitness routines. We do not need to wear shoes when we exercise, especially if we're exercising indoors. And being barefoot is going to allow your body to move naturally, like a human, properly. And it's also going to allow you to get feedback from your feet, which is so important. And that is what sort of fluffy, cushioned arch support shoes do. They stop you from communicating with a really important part of you. You've got to be barefoot. Possibly wear socks, but I'd rather you not wear socks. Number 2, lots of you are going to have heard me say this a million times, but if an exercise or a routine causes you pain during the exercise or after the exercise, it is not the routine or the exercise for you. What is pain? Question mark. Pain is aggravation of something that you normally struggle with in everyday life. So if you normally have back tension, or you normally have neck tension, or you normally have knee pain, and I ask you to do an exercise which makes your back a bit more tense, your neck a bit more tense, or your knee a bit more painful, then you are compensating. And by pushing through that exercise and continuing to do the exercise or the routine if it doesn't work for you, you are ignoring the wisdom of your body. Your brain is telling you that it thinks it knows better than your body. It doesn't. And you are only going to make your pain and your symptoms worse. The sooner that you can learn to withdraw from exercises that don't suit you and listen to the message that your body is trying to tell you, the sooner you are going to be feeling way better, much more quickly. I'm sure there are lots of people watching this who are at this point maybe like 5 years into their posture work, and they wish that they'd learned that a bit quicker, because you're going to just end up being really frustrated if you keep trying to do exercises that your body is actively telling you not to do. How is your body actively telling you not to do it? It's giving you that warning sign. Pain is a warning that needs to be listened to, respected, and understood it's not something to be masked. So if I'm asking you to do an exercise and your back hurts more and you carry on pushing through the exercise and then think, oh, it's all right, I'll take a painkiller afterwards, you're not getting what this is all about. Because that is you masking the problem, not changing the problem. So anything that aggravates normal pain is not for you. You can try the exercise again when you repeat the routine on another day, because it might actually be different a couple of days down the line. But at that moment, in that time, you don't do the exercise. We always have to have this mindset of experimentation and curiosity. So like I said, just because something doesn't suit you one day, it doesn't mean that after a couple of days of other posture exercises that the exercise won't be all right. So always be open-minded that it might work for you in quite a short amount of time in the future, if that makes sense. But always be willing to withdraw and move away from the exercise as needed. That brings me on to my kind of next point. If an exercise or a routine does make you feel worse and you do walk away feeling more tense or in pain, either immediately or later on that day, then swap the routines. So it might be that your homework that day is the shoulder mobility routine. It makes you feel worse. You see the shoulder routine come up a bit later on in the week. And so you give it a go just to see if anything's changed, but it still hurts when you do it. I give you permission to just choose one of the other posture routines. So you just do another posture or fitness routine if one of them doesn't suit you, okay? You're still doing something. You're still being super productive. And what you're doing is giving your body what it wants because it's not getting more painful afterwards, rather than trying to push and force something that your body is like actively telling you not to do. Conversely, there is pain and there is hard work. And these two things feel very different, but can be very confusing at the beginning of all of this. Pain is aggravation of something that you normally suffer with. It's like making, like I said, your normal back pain worse, your normal neck pain worse, your normal knee pain worse. Hard work is going to feel like intense stretching, wobbles, cramps, just really, really hard work, hot flushes, sweat suddenly coming all over your face. These are signs that your body is being challenged in a new way, and that is exactly what we want. So sometimes they can be quite extreme. They can kind of take us by surprise because the response can be quite strong, but that is your posture changing. That is your muscles changing. And it is through that change that we change your posture longer term. So get very, very excited if you find these exercises really like difficult and challenging, but not in a painful way, just in a tiring and exhausting way. And what I would also say is that the hard work camp of things, it's not always like comfortable, in that you might notice like, oh, my left shoulder's feeling really tweaky when I do that exercise. But if your left shoulder isn't a normal symptom of pain, then that's a good thing because you're creating change too. So just to quickly break that down, and I say quick, you know what I'm like, but if your right shoulder is a normal symptom of pain, if you have frozen shoulder, for example, on your right hand side, it's one of your symptoms, I don't want you doing exercises that make your right shoulder feel worse, because you're aggravating a normal problem. You might do an exercise where you don't feel your right shoulder at all, fab, but you really feel your left shoulder. And by the way, this can apply for any body part. That is a good sign, because that's telling you you're changing something that needs to be changed. So when things are uncomfortable in new places that are not where you normally have symptoms, that is something where you want to try and persevere. To a certain extent, the breath, this leads me on to my next point, the breath, point number 5, I can't remember. The breath always has to be your priority. So deeply breathing into your nose and into your diaphragm, into your belly, the bottoms of your ribs, that is your priority. And maintaining your breath throughout the fitness and the posture is telling your body that you're in this like safe state. Good stuff is happening. If you're holding your breath, you are compensating by not breathing. You're forcing, you're pushing, you're putting your body back into that state of panic and high alert, which we don't want. So your breath is really important. You've got to maintain this gentle breathing. Final main point. So that must have been point number 5. is do a standing assessment before and after each routine that you do every single day. So we don't talk about this in the videos because we wanted to kind of get going in the videos as quickly as we could. But what we would like you to do is stand up before you start your routine, either posture or fitness on any given day. Close your eyes, shake off tension, and just do a kind of scan of how you feel. So levels of pain, levels of tension. Do you have more weight in one foot than the other? Where is your head? Where is your arms? Do your knees feel like they're buckling in? Do your arches of your feet feel collapsed? That type of thing. And then assess how you feel after the routine. Do you notice that you're in less pain? Do you notice that you feel like you're standing taller, or your feet are more grounded and engaged? Maybe you feel, just like stronger and more upright. These would be really positive signs that that routine suited you, so it would be one to definitely repeat. If you notice after doing a routine that your pain feels worse, maybe you feel more lopsided or imbalanced, these are signs that you should not repeat that routine. So like I said, kind of about the whole pain and hard work thing, you've got to learn to tune into your body. And it is a skill that you'll develop. You might not be very good at it at the beginning. Like people always say to me, like, oh, I don't really know. I can't really feel anything. It doesn't feel different. That's fine. You've just got to practice. I didn't feel anything at the start either. I just kept practicing. And the more that you practice, the more you learn to speak the language of your body, the more body aware that you become, and the more you can become your own posture therapist and kind of sort yourself out and assess what's good, assess what's bad. So this assessment is another opportunity to be mindful and to be very analytical. So I think it's obviously quite easy if you have got pain to panic and worry and think, oh, it'll never get better. I can never fix it. Oh, I don't know what to do. And the best thing that you can do, however hard that this is to be objective with it. So that objectivity comes through analysing data, which sounds like overwhelming and scary, but analysing data is as simple as, do I feel better or worse after doing this routine? If I feel worse, I'm going to make a note on my piece of paper that I'm using to make notes throughout the challenge. Don't do shoulder routine, or be careful of shoulder routine. That exercise hurts me. That is data. And the more you can start collecting data on your body and how it responds to things, the more you'll realize that this is all actually just incredibly easy. We've just lost connection with our body because we all sit in this sedentary, movement-starved world where we think that technology and machines and other people know so much more than we do. And actually, we know it all. We've just got to remind ourselves that we know it all. And this process will hopefully start to bring that back for you. So I look forward to hearing from you in the Facebook group. I'm excited to do all these routines and classes myself. I hope to hear you in the Facebook group chatting away, and massive, massive amounts of good luck. Well done for being here, and I hope you get from this what you want.